Can you imagine, no? Like who
Horrific.
knew? Back in the 80s, you were dressing,
Yeah.
you were putting on makeup.
Right.
Now it's like if
Yeah,
you,
but the chicks dug it. That was the thing. We did it to get the women. It's not my fault most of the women were lesbians. Yeah. That's how we rolled in the day.
now if you do that, now it's different. Now it's a different statement.
Oh, it's so fucked up.
Would you, as Gene Loves Jezebel, put on the makeup still? No.
I wear makeup still.
But not as much. I like when Michael and I saw you, like you had the scarf on, you had the look on, but
I had the G-string. You remember that? I remember the bollock falling out. It wasn't my bollock. It was the worst thing.
oh my
Anyway,
God.
you were going to make a point. What was it?
No, the thing is, you're right, because we would dress for a different reason. We would get dressed and make a fashion statement for a different reason.
Well, it was fun, and it was a statement, like you say. It was a political statement, but usually just for a reaction, you know. It's a very competitive era, you know.
Yeah.
Think about it. With Gene of Jezebel, we're up against
like
a lot.
so much. Are you friends with most of them? No.
Oh, I mean, I've met quite a few of them later in life, and they're all lovely people. That's the weird thing. But when you're in your youth, you're competitors, right? So,
Okay, among your competitors, who is your favorite?
of 80s bands?
Yeah, like the guys from Tears for Fears.
I would think, well, I admire them, you know. I mean, a couple of songs for sure, you know. Great singers, great songwriter. But people like Talking Heads, I've always
my God.
admired. But on a musical level, you know.
Did you ever meet them?
I met the bass player who actually recognized me, and I was being my usual arsehole self and said something in an elevator. And she said, "Oh, Michael." Which I knew it. But that was flattering. How wonderful, yeah.
David Byrne actually did a play about the Philippines.
Okay,
Here Lies Love, which was on Broadway.
really?
Yeah.
I didn't know he was gay. But
No, it was about the
No, I'm kidding,
Marcos.
I'm
I know.
kidding.
I know you are. I know you are. Who else? Oh, Talking Heads. Who else? That's an American band, though.
I'd have to think.
No British band.
Which British bands did I?
Because you know it was called the British Invasion for a reason, right?
Well, we're from Wales for one, so
Okay.
they don't regard us as British. Then they're with Stonehenge, and that's where it ends. I'm trying to think of bands that I liked.
Not the Duran Durans, no.
Well, this weird thing, we went to Coachella. I've never been a fan of Duran Duran, but they were fucking amazing.
At Coachella.
I know, they were absolutely stunning. Other Blondie, who I loved as a pop group,
Yeah.
sucked.
Oh.
Beyond sucked. What other bands did we see? Ministry, great. I'm more forgiving. I mean, I got to be honest with you, I hated all my contemporaries. As far as I was concerned, they were taking food off my table. No, that's not true. But I never was in awe of, you know, any
None of them.
None of them, no.
Not even the Depeche Modes. The
Particularly not Depeche Mode. no.
okay.
Well, it's a whole different genre. We regard ourselves as a rock and roll band, weirdly, you know.
So the reason why I'm asking it that way is competition. Like, see, this is what I mean. Now it's fake competition. Everybody gets a medal. During your time, during our time, it was.
Well,
really,
I remember, because I was married when I was 18 years of age, and I remember, this is in 76, so I remember my first son. I would go back, of course, I was divorced, but I'd go back as often as I could to see him, and he had a karate, he'd gone to karate event, and they gave every child a medal.
trophy, a medal.
And this is the beginning of woke,
Oh my
the early
God.
80s, and I'm like, because I played soccer and I never won a fucking medal, and I was a
Yeah, me too.
really good player. So, but we get to semi-finals, finals, lose. I didn't want a medal unless I won it. You know what I'm saying? It was like, because I won. I never understood this. Make everyone. That was my whole point earlier about making everyone equally mediocre. You're all great. Everyone's fine. It's okay to be fat. It's great to have no teeth and play guitar, you know.
Yeah.
But it's like, no, it's not right. You got to work on yourself. You know, it takes something. Maybe you do have to run faster, you know. Maybe you have to be a boy in a boy's race and a girl in a girl's race, you know. We'll do it that way, you know. So
Could it be that you and I are just old? That's why we think this way.
Could be, yeah. I mean, we could be influenced by our generation. I mean, I don't know. I mean, my mother was a pretty smart woman, so, and she came from the 30s and 40s. She was very forward thinking, so a true progressive, you know. So, I mean,
See, when you say a true progressive, there's meaning to that. There's meat to that because your mom was really probably after progress. This, to me,
no.
this is not.
They're after this even playing field, but that even playing field is making everyone
Yeah,
nothing.
like now it's embarrassing.
Nondescript, you know.
It's
You know,
embarrassing
yeah.
to stand out.
Yeah, I'll never understand it.
Damn.
So
Okay, so competition. I'm really trying to establish this with the audience that nowadays people hate to be in competition with other people. They think they'll hurt the other person's feelings.
there they are, feelings again. Yeah, yeah.
It's like
Crazy.
no discourse.
Well, my wife tells me no one will ever employ me. I mean, the reason I've evolved or devolved to what I am, because I'd be fired in a second. You know. Can you imagine trying to tell me to do something if I thought you were doing it wrong?
Did you ever apply for a job in the States?
I've taken a few jobs, but they haven't lasted very long. No.
I think this episode of yours is a more relaxed episode. No? So we're gonna ask you, what jobs did you apply for?
Well, I worked in a sex shop once. Yeah.
Are you serious?
Yeah, yeah.
The Hustler on
sold-
Sunset.
No, they sold sex toys, you know, dildos, you know, like the one you've got.
Like the one you've got.
Big black one. That big horse's dick hangs out of your ass every night.
Yes, you saw it in my living room, right?
Yes.
Together with the guitars. No, really? There you.
Only for a few months I worked in one of those places.
How'd you get kicked out of that?
It's caught stealing. No, not true, no. I did that for a while. I drove a job I actually enjoyed, driving a crazy Jewish woman's jewelry business around the country.
Oh, that was nice.
I enjoyed it. It was great. I
Does
remember
it?
getting pulled over by a cop, and I opened this huge Sprinter van up, and it's full of
The diamonds.
$500,000 worth of fucking jewelry. And he looked at it and goes, close the door and like,
Oh.
get the fuck out of here. He didn't even want to look into it. But I haven't had many jobs, let's put it that way. I mean, I worked in a steel mill. That lasted like 6-7
Wait,
years.
the whole steel mill thing, but that's over there, right?
Yeah, that was when I was a teen.
That's where you were struggling at that time.
I don't know. I was working in a steel mill. We had good wages. I mean, it wasn't a horrible job
No,
at
no,
all.
struggling as a musician at the time, because
Well-
that was a pre-Gene Loves
Well, you
Jezebel.
never. I don't think you ever struggle as a musician when you're young because it's a dream, you know. It's what you want, and your dream, your life is to be on stage to make records. It's not a struggle, you know. It's not a struggle at all.
It's hard work. Yes.
It's hard work when it becomes a profession, you know. I'm sure it's hard work for a lot of bands that travel around the country, play for nothing, and sleeping in a van, you know. Those kind of bands, but that wasn't us.
But that was fun. You never did that.
Well,
no.
you didn't have to because England is a small country. You can get to Edinburgh back in the same day, you know, if you're committed. So you could do a lot more in America, of course. Getting from New York to LA it's a different experience, yeah. So.
Visit ABBAEservices.com for fast medical transcription service. This podcast episode is brought to you by AB Music Creative.